Try not to say anything incriminating. Okay. So 2.5, solving multi-step problems. I want you to write down these steps. For today, when we start this off, number one won't happen too often in terms of combined like terms, but distribute will occur. Step two, move the smallest x over in order for the question to become a two-step. I should say slash one step. And then step three, solve. So take your time to answer that. All right, so we're going to take these steps in action. Copy. When we solve these problems, okay? So we're probably going to do, I'm going to do 4 problems, or I'll do 3 problems. We'll do 1 problem at a class, and I have 2 exit tickets, okay?
Wait, what does it mean, like, in order to for the question?
In order to make the question, become a 2-step one step. Sorry, I suck at grammar, so we're moving the smallest x in order to make the question become a 2-step one step. So just a reminder, like last time we did a multi-step, when we combine like terms / distribute, we're changing it all into a 2-step problem, and then we solve it. You move it over. Now it's a 1-step problem. You divide on both sides. You have your answer. So we're still doing that. We're kind of like funneling it down. So step 1 is technically saying, hey, do what you're doing for a multi-step. Now it's gone down to a multi-step. Hey, move it over so now it goes down to a 2-step. Now it's a 1-step. Now you got solved. So you're getting like closer and closer. You're like funneling it down. Okay?
What are we supposed to do?
Just copy this down and I'm going to the next page.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone not finished? Can I go to the next page? No one not finished? All right, I'm going to the next page. All right, so here's our 2 problems.
Wait, can you go back 2 seconds? Can I take a picture?
Sure, just take a picture.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so let's go to A and B. Okay, so let's do A first, copy that down. Now, for A, I'm going to move over the smallest x. So let me look at these 2 x's. Oh, first off, step 1, can I combine anything here or combine anything here? No. So I'm going to go to step 2. Step 2 is going to be move the smallest x over. So what I'm going to do is look at this one and this one. One is a negative 8x and one is a positive 4x. So the smallest one of the 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 is smaller than positive 4. The reason I always suggest move the smallest x first, it helps you avoid negatives. Like if you move the bigger x, you're going to end up getting like a weird negative situation. And I assume people like positive more than negative. So what I'm going to do is plus 8x plus 8x on both sides. Notice that only the 8x is going to affect the 4x. It's like combining like terms. Because they're like terms, they can interact. So negative 8x plus 8x cancels out. So I have 7 equal 4 plus 8, which is 12x, minus 7. So what I'm doing is basically combining like terms on both sides. But when I go from one side to the other, I have to do the opposite. Over here, we do plus 7, cross that out. We have 14 equals 12x. Hey, now this is before, right here, it was a 2-step. Now it's a 1-step. So we're going to solve. Divided by 12, divided by 12. I'll move it over here. X equals 14 over 12. I can simplify that by taking the 2 on top and bottom. 7 over 6. So that is, yep, 0.85741. But we could just, wait, no, you just 6 over 7. Other way around, 7 over 6. So because it's 7 over 6, that's our answer. Just leave it as a fraction. You don't have to change a decimal. If you do change it to decimal, it should be not that number you sent me, Jacob. It should be 1.16 repeating. Was 6 repeating? Something like that. Something really close to that. But it's 7 divided by 6, not 6 divided by 7. Okay. All right. Any questions on the first one? Okay, I'm going to the second one. Here we have a distribution. So first thing we want to do is simplify both sides. On the left, we're all good. On the right, we need to distribute this 4 to here and here. So on the left is 9x minus 5. On the right, it's going to be 8x, because 4 times 2 becomes 8, plus 4 times 3 becomes 12. From here, we want to move the smallest x over. So the smaller out of 8 and 9 is 8. So minus 8x, minus 8x. This crosses out for us. So we're left here on the left side, x minus 5 equals 12. Hey, we got lucky and it reduced down to a 1-step. Plus 5, plus 5. Your answer is x equals 17.
For the first one, you moved over the bigger like x.
What happens when we move the bigger x?
Like you move for the first problem, you moved over the bigger x.
No, negative 8 is smaller than 4.
Negative 8.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's negative 8. That's why I picked that one first to point that out. Negative happens to be bigger. I want to show you what happens if you move the smaller x over, or the bigger x over. Now, this is just like a side note. And guess what? What's really important to know, if you move the smaller or bigger one, you will still get the right answer. Moving the smaller one is more of a suggestion than a hard rule. So let's see what happens if we move the small one. So I'm going to rewrite here. 9x minus 5 equals 8x plus 12. I'm going to move the bigger one, which is 9x here, and minus 9x over here.
Mr. Toggle,
Yeah?
my computer wasn't working, so I restarted it. So I'm joining from my computer now.
Okay. When you try to join, I think I'll let you in. So 8 minus 9. 8 minus 9 is negative 1x, okay? That's negative 1x plus 12. minus 12, minus 12. Cross this out. Negative 5 minus 12 gives me a negative 17, equaling negative 1x. Divided by negative 1, divided by negative 1, negative divided by negative is a positive. X equals 17. So I want you to notice that in that situation, you still get the right answer, or the same answer. I should say the right answer. Now the key is, right, Jacob? The key is, over here on the right, you had to deal with a lot of negatives. You had to do an extra step right here. So it's a little bit inconvenient. So that's why I always suggest move these smaller x. It will help you avoid negatives and big negative situations like that. Does anyone have any question on steps or why move the smaller one? Okay. Doesn't seem like we have any issues there, so we're going to the next part. 3 and 4, or I'm sorry, C and D. I want everyone try number C. It should be straightforward. Again, you're trying to move the smaller one over. Notice it's a minus 3m, so think what you have to do on both sides. Okay? When you get your answer, just privately chat me the answer, and let's see if you're right. So to C, I want you guys to try that. D, if you want to try that, that's fine, but I don't know the answer yet for D. But C, I know the answer, and I'd like to see if you get the right answer. Remember, it's 24 minus 3m. Rachel, Michael, Cheryl, sorry. Oh, good. Gabby, Jacob, good.
Or M, I meant, not X. M.
I know. Galit, good. Riel, good. I'm happy to see this. Craig, Yell, both good. Give about like 30 more seconds for everyone else.
I have a question also.
Go ahead, ask it while I look at this.
I learned,
Yorna, Sheva, and Layla, good. Go
I
ahead.
learned that the variable has to be before, so like if it's 3 equals m, then it becomes like m equals negative 3.
Say that one more time.
I learned it how like m always needs to be before the number, like the variable always needs to be before the number. So if it's like 3 equals m and you have to switch it up, it becomes m equals negative 3.
Oh, yeah, that's nice, but you won't lose points if you put negative 3 equals m or something like that, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to go over the answer real quick. Thank you for the guys who answered. So plus 3m, and no one messed up, because when I first did it, I literally did minus 3 on both sides. I got the wrong answer. And then we'll see in a second, Rachel, that's true. I'm not sure. Equals 8m, divided by 8, divided by 8, 3 equals m. So good job, you guys. I do want to point something out. What happens if we had an alternate universe? So let me write it like this. 24 minus 5m. No, let's do this one. 24 plus 5m equals 3m. So let's say we have the alternate universe like this, where my smallest m is by itself. So I just want to point out, if you subtract the last thing on any side of the equal sign, so in this case, you're subtracting 3m from 3m, well, 3 minus 3 is 0, and it should be a normal 0, no 0m. So this is 24 plus 2m equals 0. I would minus 24 on both sides. 2m equals negative 24. Divided by 2, divided by 2. M equals negative 12. This is not going to be the same answer as the other one. This is a completely different question. But I want to point out, sometimes that might happen where you subtract everything from one side and you get what you get. Now I see a lot of chats. Maybe those are answers for the question on above. Do you guys want to try this yourselves? Because I already got 4 answers, or would you, actually I want to teach it just in case. So I'm going to teach it for sure. So B, I think the 4 that sent me it, you got it right so far. That's Jacob, Sherry. You sent it twice, Sherry? Oh, you sent it to everyone. Uh-oh. You're really surprised there. So I'm going to distribute this 2 to the 3rd to this and this. Now remember, when you multiply something with a fraction, especially a whole number, you just want to put it over 1. And you multiply straight through. No cross multiplication, guys. So 12 over 3 equals 4. So this is 4y plus, I'll do the other one, 2 over 3 times 15 over 1, 30 over 3, 10. So this is 10. So make sure you know how to multiply with fractions. All right, I'm going to move the smallest y over. Happens to be 4y over here. Cross that out. So we have 4y minus 6 equals 10. Plus 6, because it's a negative 6. 4y equals 16. Divided by 4 on both sides. Y equals 4. I did that a little bit quick. Does anyone have any questions on that?
I crossed the multiply thing, like, you know how like 15 and 3 go together, so like I like simplified it and then
You can simplify it early, that's fine, yeah. I just want to show how to do it in case if you don't notice the simplification. But sometimes you just don't notice, and that's okay. All right. Anyone still need to copy this down before I move to the next page? Okay. So this type of work, you just need to practice on it. So what I'm leaving you is 2 exit ticket questions. You need to send me the answers, and I will ask you to send the answer in the same line. So like type it out and then press enter after you get both answers. Okay? Because if you send it one at a time, it like comes as separate. So it's hard for me. And make sure you privately send it to me and not send it to everyone. Okay? All right, make sure you click my name and then send it privately to me and not send it to everyone. Try to get both answers here. Once you do and I say your name, you're free to go.
I have a question on the first one. Like, do you do plus 2k or plus 3k?
Which one is smaller, -3 or -2?
-3.
So I would do that one.
I'll say do plus 3k.
Yeah. I got my answers. Hopefully we match. Again, once you get it, this is your attendance, by the way, so don't try to leave before that. If you already left, well, you didn't hear what I just said. So. Again, make sure you're sending it privately. Craig, send both of them at the same time, just because everyone's messaging, so I get it choppy while you guys get it all together. So it's hard for me to keep track. So when you get the second one, Craig, just send me both answers. Rachel, one of those questions, one of those answers are incorrect. Check your work. Make sure you added and subtracted the negatives correctly. Gabby, one of those answers are incorrect. Check your work. Make sure you added or subtracted your negatives correctly. Tara, first one to get it done. Great job, Tara. You're free to go. Sharia, you have one of the two incorrect. Now, Gabby, you have to check it out and look at it. You figure out which one you did wrong. Try it again. Check your negatives. Check your multiplication. Something went wrong. Galit, you got to send me both answers at the same time so I can check it. Craig, you're very small. There's this very small error. You have to figure out what you did, Craig. Rachel. Oh, I see what you said. Rachel, good job. You're free to go, okay? Sheva. Hey, no problem.
Where would I start, like, on the second one?
Wait, is mine right or wrong?
Sheva, you got it. Brielle, wait a second. Brielle and Noah, something's wrong. Galit, something's wrong.
What after?
Both of them are wrong. And Yaron, you got to send both at the same time, okay? Oh,
He's on the board after.
Yaron, you got it. So somebody asked how to start F. I would distribute 5 first.
Did I get it?
Brielle, you fixed it. Good job. You're free to go, okay?
Did I get it?
Sheril?
Yeah, I get it.
Sheril, you got it?
Is mine good now?
Let me
I
see.
thank you.
Can I go? Did I do it?
Who's this? Who did it?
Yeah.
Yeah? There you go. Yeah. No, you messed up in one part. It's a very small error. Check what he did.
Did I get it?
Yeah, I'm
No, I'm
scrolling
fine
down,
now.
bro. I'm scrolling down. Michael, one error somewhere.
But
Am
can
I
we
good now?
put it on the board?
Sheril, you got it. Gabby, okay, just wait it out until I do it. Galit, you got it now. Good job. You're free to go.
Did I fix it?
Let me see. Who?
Craig?
Craig. Yeah, you fixed it.
Can you do it on the board?
Thank you.
Did I do it?
Thank you.
I fixed it.
Okay, yo. There you go, yo. You fixed it. You're free to go. Gabby. Not that type of number, but what else? Noah. Something's wrong with one of those problems.
Can you do it on the board, please?
Yeah, let me give it about another half a minute just to make, because I know these guys are trying hard, so I want to make sure they get the chance to try hard. Gabby, small error in the first one. Small, super tiny. Like a little line. There you go, Gabby. You see why it should be that? Okay, good job, Gabby. You're free to go. Layla, you're free to go. So I'm just going to do the answers because I'm recording this. And
Wait, I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Isn't -3 lower than -2?
I agree. -3 is lower than -2.
So how come it wasn't plus 3K but it was plus 2K?
I would have done plus 3K. But
I also
remember,
did that.
remember what I said before. You could still do it the other way and still get it right. You just got to remember to divide that negative.
Okay, I'm gonna watch you do this one because I'm very confused.
Sure. So I plus 3K on both sides. Okay, this crosses out. 9 equals 17. -2 plus 3 is just 1K. You can just write K.
Okay, I did that.
Minus 17, Notice it's 9 minus 17, not the other way around. So that's -8 equals K.
Oh, that's what I got wrong.
I told you, something with negatives or adding or subtracting or multiplying. Okay, next one. I would distribute the 5 to both of these. So I have 5A minus 15 equals 3 minus 4A. -4A is smaller than 5A, so I would do plus 4A, plus 4A. So then I get 3 equals 9a minus 15. This is a minus 15, so I got a plus 15. Jacob. All right, thank you for being honest. That's fine. You're free to go.
Sorry, I was just helping my dad with something. My bad.
Yeah, that's fine. I understand that.
Alright.
Then you divide by 9, divide
Okay.
by 9. A equals 2.
Thank you.
No problem, man. No, you there? No, you're not.